gives us an opportunity to walk through the swings, see where they're at. And what I want to do is basically just go through our list of 11 that we track. Now, we'll start from our last setup, and we'll go through the pound US dollar 30-minute initially, and then walk our way through the pairs. So if you're tracking the swing trades and you're actively trading the swing trades, just going to give you a bit of an update as to where each one is at on a daily basis. So pound US dollar, that's the slower of the two that we track out of the £2 US dollar. We've got a 6, 10 and a 30-minute. So our last trade was the short there on Thursday, 267 pips profit. Now we're waiting for a setup here. So for us to get a trade, we need to see these trend bands push up into that directional. So we'd like to see some type of buying support here today to potentially set us a trade. Otherwise, we've got to wait. And the 610 you'll find is going to be a lot more dynamic than the 30-minute. That's already pushed up to that area, so you can see we took 171 pips. Trade set up there, went easily to its 2x target, and you can see here that we've just had a bit of a push up in that US session last night. We've got to 156.50, and now we're looking for if we can get a little bit of a footing here and a push up, then we may get a trade set up today. Otherwise, we actually may get a secondary short here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. The pound yen on a 30-minute. Okay, so again there we see that, and I'll just move that chart over a little bit. Again there we saw a fairly steep sell-off there, and we haven't really had any movement back towards that directional. So the directional is the key for us on these swing trade setups. We need to get some activity around that to trigger a trade, and that was a big trade, 342 pips. The risk is 114, and trading two lots there. So let's keep going through this. And the 610 was smaller trade profile, only 54 pips there. We haven't had the corresponding long set up there or a secondary short, so we're just waiting for that to occur now. We're starting to get some movement around that directional. You can see that we've turned it from red to green to red, so we could potentially get a trade set up either early today or during the European session. So our Euro Yen 610. Again, another fairly big sell-off there, 72 pips. So the swing trade captured that big move quite well, and you can see here that we're starting to potentially get a little bit of buying action here. We may get a setup here today on. So we're close to 30-minute. So if you're tracking the trades, you'll see that the Euro Yen, Pound US Dollar are probably our top three performers. And we've already had a look at that chart, so we need to go to the Euro US Dollar. This is definitely the slower of the currency pairs we track. We've got it on a 30-minute time chart, so it actually moves very, very slowly. You can see that it took its time on that Thursday night to sell off. It didn't actually sell off till around about, or started to sell off around about 9 o'clock, and has just pushed lower ever since. And now we're starting to get a little bit of support there around the 136 level. So now to our New Zealand US dollar. Let's have a look at how so this is the only active trade or live trade that's still in the market. We've locked in 109 pips profit on the first lot to 1x, and the second lot here is tracking down. Target 67.42, so your stop should be at break even there. You could even push your stop down if you're tracking the New Zealand dollar down to, say for example, 69.45, just above that swing high there. So looking for a break of 68 to hit that 2x target. So that's the only existing or current trade that's still in the market. The Aussie yen, that was a fairly explosive move. Had you been trading during the night, you would have picked that up on that Thursday. And US dollar yen. Now this pair basically sold off, but it didn't actually set up, and that risk profile is too big for us to potentially take this as a trade. So we're not going to register this on our platform as a potential trade because the risk is 1.96. Our filter there is 100 pips, so that is definitely outside of that range. So we can't potentially take that. And our last but not least is the Aussie US dollar. Okay, so Aussie dollar starting to push below. It could potentially break below that 86 level again. The sell-off netted about 162 pips. So you can see there that there's been some good movement, and we've just been pushing lower for a reasonable time here. So if you've got money in the US and you've had it in, you sent it over there at about 88 or 90, you're doing pretty well at the moment. But just seeing that come off a little bit now, and if it really needs to push back and reset that directional for us to get a trade. So we're a little bit away from that at the moment. So at this stage, no setups for us. We've got one that we're watching, which is the New Zealand US dollar. We'll keep a track during our session on what's happening, but we just need to jump. So just in wrapping up there, we basically, across our 11 currency pairs, we got triggered in on all, or 10 of the 11, and there's one still live in the market. But of the closed positions, we've got over 2,000 pips just from that Thursday night of trading, so Thursday night, Friday morning, and that is on our 11 currency pairs. So a massive night, 2,000 pips, and I just thought I'd just take you through that this morning. And we're looking for new setups here. Nothing yet, so when we get a new setup, we'll let you know. Until our next update, all the best. Thank you for your time. Cheers.